What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. I'm gonna make a quick video on my way to the gym. I'm going to talk about uh, living out of downtown Querétaro versus living in basically downtown Querétaro or any of the traditional Mexican colonias neighborhoods. Um, for the ones that don't know, like December, it's a lot of going on in the traditional Mexican neighborhoods or downtown Querétaro because they have a few major celebrations like El Día de la Virgen, the Day of the Virgin Mary. Of course, they celebrate uh, other celebrations that I'm not familiar with, and I'm sorry that I cannot provide the info. And a lot of times, when you live in a more Mexican traditional neighborhood or downtown versus here where I live. They call it privadas here. In some other states, they call them cotos or basic English gated communities. You have HOA. It's more like living in the U.S. If you have a HOA deal, whatever, you got to follow certain rules. And obviously, yeah, for the most part, people follow rules, but it seems like Mexicans in general have a little more hard time to follow rules. I mean, they do, but they don't at the same time, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, back to living here where I live, it has a lot of advantage and disadvantage. One, I'm not gonna go by numbers, but it's like when you live here, everything is pretty much brand new. You can actually dispose the toilet paper inside of the toilet versus living in a more traditional house where the plumbing is probably like 40 or 50 years old. The plumbing is a lot smaller and you cannot do that. Um, Everything is a little more spread out, cleaner. We have garbage pickup. Actually, where I live, I don't even have to get like the cooking gas from one of those trucks. I actually get natural gas underneath, just like in the US. I pay my monthly bill, and that's it. So I don't have to really deal with those guys because I heard from Mexicans they're not like the most honest. Like you purchase, let's say, 1,000 pesos worth of gas, and they'll give you probably 900 or 800. So anyway, that's for a different video. And you have more little like street malls, like little plazas. How it's how they call them here, little plazas, strip malls where you can find Domino's, taco place, sushi places, the ones that for the girls that like to get their hair done, barber shops, and all that stuff. And sure, you might need a car here because everything is a little more spread out. You might have to walk a little more, or even if you need to come to let's say Walmart, Home Depot, or La Comer or HEB, you definitely need a ride. You cannot walk to these places. Versus living in a more walkable area like downtown or a little more traditional Mexican neighborhood, everything is moms and pops shops, like the little moms and pops corner store, laundromat, little taco stands and stuff like that. I mean, it's just more walkable. You don't really need to go nowhere. Public transportation also is an issue. Living away from those areas, like yeah, we do get public transportation here where I live because I live basically north uh, east from the city, like about 20 minutes. So, but the bus comes probably every 45 minutes. I'm not pretty sure because I never took the bus here before. Actually, ever in Mexico, really. But we do have Uber, or the one that is really popular here in this city is Didi, Didi, and is way less expensive than Uber. And they come here all the time because I use them before. Um, and I know their prices are better, but cheaper is not always better. I guess the con about getting these cheaper app cars or pickup cars, the cars are kind of a little older. Maybe sometimes it smell, but eh, whatever. I guess it all depends on you. And Uber are more, I guess, cleaner, newer, but it's still safe though. Don't get me wrong. They both safe. I never had a problem. The drivers are actually they've been really amazing. Just not the best, not the sharpest drivers. Like meaning, the way they look or smell, whatever. So, and okay, going back to living in a traditional Mexican neighborhood or downtown Querétaro is there's churches everywhere. And what does that mean? They ring the bells pretty much every time is celebration, and for sure when they have services, and they have those rockets. They launch the rockets every time they have a celebration. It's just really a Mexican tradition, I guess. Always something traditionally done here in Mexico, if you know what I'm saying. So that can be a little annoying for some, especially if you have dogs or if you brought a dog, let's say from the US or Canada. They're not used to that, and that can be really stressful for them. Versus the Mexican dogs that are already used to that, for them is like a walk to the park. Really, they won't complain. They'll be fine. Same thing with people. And some of us we might get used to the noise. I mean, because it takes some time. It takes some time and effort. I mean, we have to understand that we are moving to a different country, a different culture. People here do things different. They celebrate more. Um, some people say they actually have freedom. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. They just celebrate more. That's basically what it means to me. Freedom, I don't think so. I mean, look, the situation in the country right now with cartel and the past elections. They were killing, people running for office left and right, and the government, didn't do much about it. So, um, so yeah, this is just a little rant. This is just my personal opinion, my personal view. I've been living in the city for almost 3 years, and I'm getting ready to move out of here because now I'm looking for a more chill vibe. And as you can see, right now is my usual time to go to the gym, 10 o'clock in the morning, and traffic is heavy. And for the last 3 years that I've been living here, I can see the increase of traffic, people. Well, yeah, I mean, I moved here too, right? So I am part of the problem. And but what I can say about the city, and I said it before in a different video, I believe, if you're coming from another city from the US, this place is basically the best or one of the best for an easier transition coming from the US. And now that I got to know other parts of Mexico, and I know I don't feel I don't like living in the city anymore. I'm looking for something more chill, like either moving to a smaller town. I know it's gonna come with challenges as well, but I want to be close to a city, um, and but not that close. Probably about an hour. Like if I need to go to Costco and I have to drive about an hour, I mean, that's fine. I won't mind doing that. And but this type of living for me is no longer, an option because I don't work like I used to. And I get it. People here, they're hustling and bustling. I get it. When I used to work back in, Dallas, same thing. We had a lot of migration coming from all over the country, really, especially from California, and the traffic got horrible back in Texas. And this is 3 years ago, though. I heard it's worse now. Everything got more expensive, and this, but that comes with, development, and when the city is growing, and this city, it reminds me so much back in Dallas when all these people started moving into the city, and it's like almost the same thing. I'm telling you, even where I live, it's just growing like crazy. They're building apartments, homes, left and right. So, so yeah, I mean, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I know this video. It might answer some of your questions. It might not, but the best thing you can do is come to the city or come to anywhere you want to go and experience that. Don't come here for a month or a week. You need to be here at least 6 months in order for you to actually understand, everything about the city or the place. Because if you even if you do a month, you're coming with a different mindset. You Yeah, you're getting to know the place. You might want to go to the most popular restaurants or spots and stuff like that. But trust me, all that shit is gonna get old. You need to be here at least 6 months so you can do all that in the beginning. We all do. We all do. We'll go through the same thing, and then after that is when reality hits. You might even get homesick because you might start getting annoying. I don't nothing. Maybe the noise, the dogs, the people. Maybe if you don't speak the language, you might be getting annoying. By that too, because not everybody speak English here. So, and if you're not willing to learn at least basic Spanish, I mean, you're the only one that is gonna struggle. Yeah, sure, you might have an app now on your phone that you can use, which I'm sure is helpful. But still, I don't want to, depend from my fucking phone to communicate to anybody. I mean, at least I want to have if not a conversation, at least I want to make sure I know what I'm getting myself into, or they understand what I want when I go to the store and stuff like that. So, anyway, that was my little uh, this versus that. Living out of the suburbs in Querétaro and living in downtown Querétaro, or a more traditional Mexican neighborhood, which I'm sure most of you won't live there anyway. So, okay, I hope you learned something from this little rant video. Like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.